Hello, and welcome to the next episode of Silent Seniors No More. The episode title is Are We Paying for Something We're Not Getting? But before we start, a quick note. I'm not an attorney, and I'm not giving legal advice. This podcast simply shares real experiences, public documents, and the Florida statutes that affect residents living in their mobile home parks. The goal of Silent Seniors No More is to help people understand what is happening in their communities and encourage them to ask questions. For legal advice, please always speak to a qualified attorney. Let me ask you something. Have you ever paid for something every single month and then realized slowly that you're actually not getting it? Because that's exactly what residents here at Spanish Lakes Golf Village are starting to ask. Buried inside the rules and regulations, Section 6, Management and Park Maintenance, there's a sentence most people probably never even thought twice about. It says, Management shall employ a recreation staff whose purpose it shall be to conduct and coordinate the activities of the recreation complex and golf course in such a manner as to foster the usage of these facilities by all residents. The costs related to the park management and maintenance are included in that monthly lot rental. Shall employ, not optional. Conduct and coordinate, not observe, not delegate it to the residents. Foster usage, meaning these facilities should be active, visible, alive, and most importantly, they are already paying for it. So here's the question that keeps coming up. If we're paying for recreation, where is it? Because what residents are experiencing doesn't match what's written. Activities are inconsistent. Residents are stepping in to organize things for themselves. Events, when they happen, often come out of the residents' own pockets. And in some cases, the very people trying to create activity are the ones being shut down. Now, here's where it comes very real, because technically, we do have a recreation director, at least on paper. This recreation director is assigned to two parks. She lives in one, and that's where she spends the majority of her time. At Golf Village, the residents might get to see her maybe an hour a day, maybe 5 days a week, and even during that time, there's little or no interaction. She's not out in the community. She's not engaging with the residents. She's not present in the spaces where activities are supposed to be happening. Most of the time is spent inside the office, behind a door, separate from the very people the role is meant to serve. So again, we have to ask, how do you conduct and coordinate activities if you're not present with the residents? How do you foster usage if there's no connection with the community? Because recreation doesn't happen from behind a desk. It happens out there with people. And right now, that's exactly what's missing. And this isn't just about one person. This is about the system behind it. Because in Spanish Lakes parks, under the same ownership, there are visible recreation programs, activities scheduled, leadership that residents actually recognize. So now the question becomes unavoidable. Why not here? Why is Golf Village different? Because if residents are paying into the same structure, then they should be receiving the same level of service. If the cost of resident recreation is included in your rent, then recreation is not a favor. It's not a bonus. It's not something residents should have to create from scratch. It is an obligation. And maybe that's why more people are starting to ask questions. So here's what I want you to think about tonight. What does your park promise? And what are you actually receiving? Are your facilities being used or are they sitting quiet? And most importantly, are you paying for something that no longer exists? If you've seen this in your own community or if something doesn't feel right where you live, add your questions, observations, or concerns in the comments for me to review. I read every single one, and your story might even help uncover something bigger than any one of us is seeing alone. And thank you for listening.